Wasabi guys, welcome back to another weekly warnings video. We're getting very close to the end of the year, the end of December, but the shenanigans will continue, unfortunately. We see hilarious sales, we see hilarious listings by these large sellers, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's going on if you're new here. So Ascendant Evan Carr is the top trending card for the market prices this week, getting to around $35 overnight. This is a sub $1 card, guys. You go on TCG Player, you go anywhere, and you're going to find it for under $1. The specific printing getting over 30 is a massive red flag. We see some culprits here. It's not the typical culprits because this isn't a very popular card. The really hilarious sale here happened on the 20th. There's no way that a person actually bought this. It's most likely a seller that sold this to another account that they owned. But just think if that is the case, someone actually spent $300 on not even an original print of a card that might have been a good card when it came out, but now is just a so-so card for the mana that you're spending on it. Next, we have Rogue Class. This is a very easy card to find from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. It is a rare, but it's a very specific rare. If you like playing cards from your opponent's decks, this is going to be for you, and also you need to be able to deal combat damage. Those two strategies don't always go together, but it's a solid card for only the 2 mana. You have to be willing to consider that. A lot of these level up cards, if you can level them up efficiently, that's going to make them worthwhile. My biggest beef with the TCG Player Direct feature is that the first pages are all with small sellers who are not direct eligible, mostly. Some large sellers have common sense and they treat the customer with respect, but even then you'll see a lot of these that are just within the reasonable range, within the reasonable expectation of what a bulk rare would typically fetch, which is something under $2. Looking at the sales, you see a lot of the repeating ones, $5.96, $5.97. That's most likely by the same sellers, and we see the culprits. We see Track Games, Last Save Point, Card Alchemy, SYP. So if you're new here, let me walk you through exactly why this is an issue. This is a feature whenever you're shopping for cards on the site that allows you to condense your cart. So all the cards you receive are going to be coming from TCG Player. You actually have to search specifically what Direct is. If you click Learn More, you're not going to get the actual truth behind it. When a seller receives a Magic, Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh order on TCGPlayer.com, TCG Player will now pull the items from its own carefully managed inventory and ship them to the buyer in one package. At the same time, TCG Player will send a summary of sales to each seller. The seller simply ships those items straight to TCG Player in one package, which replenishes the TCG Player inventory and allows the cycle to continue. Sellers may opt into this program if they meet certain requirements, and we'll talk about that in a second. Upon opting in, TCG Player will pull and ship orders on behalf of the seller, as well as provide full customer support and resolution of all disputes. Sellers in the Direct by TCG Player program will be highly visible on the TCG Player website. Their shipping will be hassle-free and their customer service will be streamlined and completely covered by TCG Player. This provides each seller with more time to focus on growing their business, except if you're not Direct eligible, then you can stay on the first page and watch as all these sellers sell the same card for like $10 more. And that's why it's working. That's why they keep doing it. The Direct sellers like taking advantage of the fact that they can push a premium off on someone when they condense their cart using the card optimizer. So in order for a listing to be Direct eligible, TCG Player obviously needs to have the same kind of card, the same condition, and also the quantity. I don't want you guys to think that I'm against this type of feature existing. It's just the way that they use it for the largest sellers and the way that they don't really reach out to their largest sellers to try to get them to stop, because it, like with Last Save Point, it is embarrassingly obvious what they do, and yet they still do it. They're still allowed to do it. Have some marketplace integrity here. So the requirement for a seller to join Direct, they have to be a level 4 seller, which I imagine that means they have to have something like 10,000 sales maybe. I would imagine you have to do a lot of business on TCG Player. So 99.5% feedback rating over the past 30 days, which no problems with that. These guys get frickin' 100% feedback ratings, courtesy of the site. Direct eligible inventory of approximately 3,000 cards. Again, that's going to benefit the largest sellers the most. And you need to average at least 100 sales per month, earning you $600 per week. These criteria are in place because we've determined that these are the points at which sellers achieve maximum value from the Direct program. We are excited to see how Direct works for your business. This reminds me a lot of YouTube, where if you try to build a channel right now, you might succeed, but it was so much easier, and it was a lot easier to earn money off of it like 5+ years ago, because all the big guys got in first. Everyone else can get screwed, right? So hopefully that helps clear it up. I know a lot of people are confused. They see this every week, and what am I talking about? Why is this an issue? This is what's driving the market in America. Okay, I know TCG Player isn't the entire market, but it's a large percentage of it. A lot of brick and mortar stores use that site to grow their businesses. I would say it's large enough to be a proper representation of marketplace data. Like if a card got unbanned in Modern, you would expect to see that reflected in the sales. The next card I want to talk about here is Overseer of the Damned, which we touched on last week. Again, this is a bulk rare. It's been printed several times. Remember when they said direct sellers are going to be more visible on the site? This is exactly what they're talking about. $9.47 for this, and it's right on the front page. And I sometimes get people in the comments saying, well, if you're stupid enough to pay for that, then you deserve to get burned. But look at this. CSL Direct, 147 of these, $9.48. That's the goal, ultimately, for a lot of these large sellers. They have massive inventories. We live in the age, folks, of get-rich-quick schemes. Okay, we have cryptocurrencies everywhere. We have over-sexualized Twitch streamers, ASMR, whatever. They come and go, and they make a lot of money quickly. If it exists on the internet and you can make $1 off of it, just expect that there's going to be a large number of people playing that game. And again, I can't really hate the player. They're only doing this because it's working. I mean, look at all these sales above $9. Next card, we have Turntimber Sower from Commander 2018. We see this a lot with bulk rares from Commander products. This one makes me smile because it's not direct eligible. Whether it's heavily played, moderately played, near mint, or lightly played, you get last save point here trying their hardest with this card. And no, buddy, you're not getting it. But you can see at one point it probably was direct eligible, because we do see some $9.99, $9.98 sales. I don't know what to think about that, but I am glad that the current inventory is not direct eligible. Another Commander 2018 card, we have Blinkmoth Earn, shooting up to $4 overnight. This one's less obvious, but you can see on the 16th, $4.98, $4.98, $4.97, $4.99. They're trying really hard to influence this card. It's an okay card. It's something I used to play a while ago. There are a few commanders that I think really take advantage of it today. There's just better ways of getting more mana in artifact decks. The last card I want to talk about is Braids Arisen Nightmare. This is another card that was mentioned in previous weekly warnings. And I don't even have to show you the current sales. I just have to show you the first page on TCG Player. Yeah, any guesses as to why this is going up? Again, I'm not opposed to the general idea of TCG Player shipping out orders for the largest sellers. I do think they have a responsibility to be aware, though, when their largest sellers are abusing this system. They're privileged enough to be the most visible on your site, and yes, I understand they can have some premium, and maybe they deserve to have some premium for being direct eligible. But when it gets to the point where they're constantly doing this on purpose to manipulate the market prices, you gotta do something about it. Because it's only a matter of time before people start asking, are they complicit? So that's going to do it for this weekly warnings episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, I'm going to continue doing these. There's a lot of negativity. I know people don't like that. You want the dopamine rush in your brain. Evolve past that, please. This is so important. Commander Void here signing off. I will see you all next time.